The United States, Russia meets Ukraine negotiations for a ceasefire. Europe has been marginalized. What do you know? Hello viewers, welcome to Unboxing America. If you receive new information, please subscribe and click on the notification bell. In the first major negotiations on the ceasefire in Ukraine since Russia's invasion of nearly 3 years ago, American officials and their Russian counterparts in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia met after they refused to include Ukraine or other European countries in the talks. When the gathering was wrapped on Tuesday, it was not clear with the terminology of the bloody conflict that could stop. Ukraine and its European allies questioned whether an agreement could be reached that guarantees permanent security at all without the entrances of the invading country. The United States, Russia agrees to solve a slight diplomat. The meeting represents the first melting in the United States and Russian relations in years, even amid accusations that the United States was making concessions to Russia by holding direct talks in the first place. The negotiations covered security and land guarantees, according to the American delegation. President Donald Trump began talking last week with an invitation to Russian President Vladimir Putin, the first direct call from an American leader since the war began. Putin Yuri Oshkov advisor said on Tuesday that Trump and Putin have no other call in the near future. Foreign Minister Marco Rubio and Sergei Lavrov, his Russian counterpart, agreed to collect high-level teams that could negotiate the end of the Ukraine war, according to Tammy Bruce, a spokesman for Rubio. They also agreed to take the first steps in normalizing the broken diplomatic relationship between the United States and Russia and created a way for the two countries to address the irritating between them. Trump wants to stop killing, who is the only leader in the world who can obtain Ukraine and Russia to agree to this, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Russia says that the closure of Ukraine from NATO is not enough. The meeting came at a time when the Trump administration announced multiple changes in the direction of the previous administration policy on the Ukraine war, including taking NATO membership in Ukraine and returning to its borders before Russia's invasions from the table. During a trip to Europe last week, Defense Minister Pete Hegseth said that Ukraine's acceptance of NATO was not a realistic expectation to resolve the conflict, as the European allies in the United States who have confirmed since 2008 that Ukraine would eventually become a member. But amid talks in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Russia called for NATO to cancel this future promise. More, the Trump team shakes Europe with the Nubia of Ukraine and NATO demands. Maria Zakharova, a spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry, told reporters on Tuesday that the closure of Ukraine outside NATO at the present time was insufficient. Otherwise, this problem will continue to poison the air on the European continent. Ukraine, Europe has been marginalized from negotiations. Meanwhile, Ukraine was exposed to the negotiations that may be a key to its future. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that his country will need strong security guarantees to ensure that Russia does not break the ceasefire deal and launch another invasion. More, from crazy sob to wants peace, Trump turns Putin's text in the United States. I will never accept any decisions between the United States and Russia for Ukraine, and our people, NBC told NBC. The war in Ukraine is against us, which is our human losses, he said. Zelensky had originally planned to visit the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on Wednesday that he had nothing to do with talks before postponing it to a March when the United States and Russia concluded their meeting. Other European leaders were surprised in the United States who are pushing forward in talks with Russia without Europe's cooperation, and held their emergency meeting in Paris. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said about the talks, "It is completely premature and completely wrong time to hold this discussion now," said German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. I want to say that, frankly, people talk about Ukraine's head about the results of the unpopular peace conversations in which Ukraine did not say yes. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said he was ready to send British forces to Ukraine to ensure their security after the shooting. There must be an American security guarantee that is the only way to determine Russia effectively to attack Ukraine again, he added. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to Unboxing America to receive more information.